Welcome everyone and all to round number 7 for the Emilia Romagna Imola Grand Prix based in Italy. Then of this season 1 of career mode, playing as George Russell, then with Mercedes. And we're on round 7 now. Max has taken 3 podiums, 2 wins in the last 3 races. We've had 1 win, a second place, and first non-finish last race out in Miami. Didn't score a single point. And for Piastri, he hasn't actually been on the podium for quite some time, but he has managed to close the gap considerably in the championship down to just 10 points now. In terms of constructors' standings, it is McLaren leading the way from Red Bull. Then we're third with Mercedes and Ferrari in fourth. So it's a lot closer than it is in real life, that's for sure. But yeah, in the constructors' standings, it is right now McLaren leading the way. Again, the only concern I have got for this career mode is the fact Apex GP continue to develop their car at an astonishing rate. I don't think there's anything we can do to slow the development rate of Apex GP down at the moment. That is what it is. Anyway, we have got a few updates, I believe, that are on the car for this race. So I have no idea how they're going to work. No idea if we're going to be competitive or not. And we just get into it. Now, I don't know if I've got a setup prior to getting into this one. We will see. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is. Hopefully we do. But yeah, we're going to go to the dry practice. I'm not sure if we do a quick practice or should we just do a, what you call it, practice. If we can do a quick practice, I might.
Radio check, radio check.
No, we can't. So, right, anyway. So, do we have an Imola Grand Prix setup? No.
Okay, mate, I'm afraid we didn't quite get what we needed there, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down now, chin
right.
up, and let's focus
so,
right until the
track
checkered flag.
acclimatization, what do we have? Okay, we can't use that. Can we use that tyre? So, we've got one basically track acclimatization tyre. So we'll get the track acclimatization underway. We don't have a setup for this race. Let's see how the car handles anyway without a setup. We'll get on with it anyway. Maybe we'll be competitive, maybe we won't. But Imola, we do have a few updates on the car. So we will see how things go. Objective failed. We've just driven out the pits. How has that objective failed? Obviously, this follows a crazy Spanish Grand Prix, those final 6 laps. Not gonna ask who was in the right, who was in the wrong. Kind of shared my opinion anyway over on TikTok and Instagram. So if you do follow me on any of them channels, F1ology it is. And again, you know, feel free to check out my stories and my opinions on the final 6 laps of the Grand Prix. Certainly was interesting, I thought, but yeah. But I won't be sharing what I thought on the incident. All I will say, you know, because considering I do support Max Verstappen, okay, that's what I will say, just on the incident itself and the between George and Max. What I will say, whilst I think they are great enemies on the track, but I think they're great enemies for a very good reason. How can I put it? George, I think, I don't want to say he's the best, second best driver on the grid, but in terms of talent, I do think he's probably better than Oscar, better than Lando. Whilst I think, obviously, it'll be Lando and Oscar, one of them two, collecting the driver's trophy at the end of this season, I do think George is probably a step above them in talent-wise, and yeah, I think George is a bit of an arch nemesis to Verstappen, in all fairness. That's just my view on it. So But I respect George for that, in that regard. The talent that George Russell is. Because I think George doesn't really get enough credit, maybe? At times, that's just how I see it. George is a phenomenal driver. Anyway, the car feeling very nice, peachy at the moment on this set of compound. That was tyre wet, looking okay. And there we go.
Complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
That's gone okay according to plan, I suppose. Obviously, we do have updates now on the car, so the car should be working either way a little bit better compared to where it would have been at the start of the season. Certainly handled well there. No real dramas or moments on that lap for 118.2.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
I will say this Imola circuit is so good. Ooh, a little bit of a wheel spin that. At the rear. Car just getting a bit loose as we now head into the chicane.
Okay, that's all
Right.
the checks complete. We're ready to go.
On to the race strategy. So this is just again about 3 consistent laps. I did say that earlier in my stream this morning. So this is the second stream of today. We did do Miami earlier. It was Miami GP. And to be fair, that didn't go according to plan. Just had no pace, so we retired the car, as that was ultimately the best thing. So, race strategy. Hopefully we can be a bit more competitive around this track in terms of our pure race pace. Right, let's turn the car into medium engine mode. DRS deployment. Let's get going then on this race trim. So lap time to be 1:19.8. I think that's relatively doable. Car handling very nice through the first chicane. I think that's Tumbarello chicane, then into the Villeneuve chicane, if I'm correctly saying it. And into Toza or Tarzan. Up the hill. Yeah, car's just absolutely handling perfectly, to be fair, on this compound. So that giving me quite a nice bit of confidence actually going into the race here. This one. The car is handling this well. Just turn, flick it in, bang. .118.7, so that's good. Also right in the curbs as well, which is what you want. A little bit of a moment there, but well caught. Head up the hill then, once again, for this second lap. That will be to get the 30 R&D points, whatever it is, I think. So we're not going to spend any more resource points until at least now Barcelona, the Spanish Grand Prix, because basically we've got a big upgrade package coming there on the car, about 5 updates for that race, and that is going to be, I think, very significant, at least for us with our battle with McLaren and Red Bull. And I don't now want to, like, how can I put it, wait for those updates to arrive. Kimi Antonelli wants to put more updates on the car, by all means go for it. But for myself, I just want to wait a little bit, collect the resource points, and then decide after the Spanish Grand Prix if we need some more, or if we can maybe try and go a couple of races without and try to capitalise on the car we've got then. That's my plan. We've got a couple of updates here this race, to be fair, hence I waited for then this race to upgrade the car, which I have done. So hence maybe why the car's just feeling ever so slightly better balanced now. That's potentially another factor, of course. Even though we've had 2 wins this season, so that's the good thing. That's got to be said. We have had 2 race victories, which currently we are leading the championship by 10 points. So that certainly is going to be a crucial lead to now try and extend. It was at 27 points coming into the last weekend, but it is down to now just for 10. Right, now we go on to our qualifying run. And yeah, tyre wear looking good, car felt good. So I think things are in the right direction. Let's see what this car can do in the qualifying run.
The car's ready. Let's get it out there.
I believe I've selected the qualifying situation. I hope I have. Otherwise that would be a bit of an annoying situation to be in. believe we've gone for qualifying. Let's see. So right now we're topping the times, but again, don't focus too much on them times because, like all season, you know, we have been very, very strong in practice. Usually, sometimes we've even been 2-3 seconds faster than the AI, and then all of a sudden in qualifying we're practically right on the money, or you know, we're even a little bit behind the AI. Just like the AI are a bit weak sometimes, I think, in the qualifying or in the practice modes, but in the qualifying and race, that's when they come a bit more towards it. I think the best win we've had all season is Bahrain, where we won by about 5 seconds. Not necessarily the strongest win on paper. The strongest win we've had actually is round 1, potentially, where we did that 2-stop, but we won by about 6 seconds, and yeah, pace of the car was just brilliant. No real issues there. Anyway, just trying to build a bit of a gap. There is a bit of a gap in front, but a little bit close it is between myself and the Apex GP car. So I'm just trying to back ourselves up into the Red Bull behind. Not sure which one it is, whether it's Verstappen or Tsunoda, but nonetheless, let's get on with it then. So here we go then. On a lap of the Imola circuits in the region of Emilia-Romagna in Italy. Then down into turn 1. Brakes. Very nice. Definitely haven't got the qualifying sim turned on. I know that due to the fact we've, what do you call it? Not seeing that display popped up, so this ain't going to count for resource points. Still, we'll get in the qualifying sim. Anyhow, it's a good indication of our pace, what we can do. Eventually come qualifying. Three tenths up. Very nice chicane. Run down the hill. Five tenths up. There we go. There we go. 6 tenths quicker. 17.6. That's fairly competitive, dare I say. It's not bad effort. And that then will be our practice done. So, done everything I wanted to there in qualifying, or practice 2. So now into the qualifying, and
officially over.
yeah, 33 thousandths between ourselves and the Verstappen, which just again sort of shows right on the money. We are, I think, between ourselves, because you put probably, let's say, the Hamilton on a set of softs, or Albon, or even, you know, Leclerc and whatnot, they probably improved by a very similar margin, maybe by 3 or 4 tenths. So yeah, right on the money.
Welcome along, everybody, to Imola, just down the road from Ferrari HQ, and they know a thing or two about pace, and pace today is king. It's qualifying day, and it's great to have you with us.
Right, I've got a little bit of an electrical problem at the moment. We're working on it, so don't worry. We're going to get you out there as soon as possible.
So, slight electrical problem. That's okay. I think, I hope. The rain apparently getting a little bit heavier. Alright, let's just get onto the track. So, is wet by the looks of it.
To start with, the track's very wet.
Which is going to be certainly, I don't know whether a hindrance, but certainly going to be, what you call it, a different session for us. This is, I think, our first true wet qualifying session. Last time out in Miami, we had a bit of a wet one, or it was a weird one to say. When I say wet, it weren't exactly wet. It was sort of like in between a wet and a very much a dry track. It was just one of them tracks. This is wet. This is what you call a wet circuit. But yeah, I think I've driven in the wet once before. I can't remember if we have had rain anywhere else this season. Might have done. Oh yeah, we had rain at Japan, didn't we? Japan. And yeah, that was a bit weird. To be fair, the thing I like about the weather in this game is, how can I put it? It does look a bit more realistic, maybe, how you could imagine it to real life. But the only thing I would say, it's a bit disorientating. I think that's the correct word to use. I can't even pronounce it now. But you get where I'm coming from. It's a bit, you know, off-putting because there's a bit of a shine to it, and the thing is, it doesn't make you see the corners very well. So picking your braking spot
and we've been pushed down to P20.
Turning in spots, I feel are a bit impaired because of that. That could be just me. Anyway, do I go for it on this first lap? Or do I not? I'm not actually sure, because, how can I put it? Cars aren't looking that great. I might just go half-hearted here. So I'm going to put the car into medium battery mode, and not go for it fully. And we're going to do 2 laps here. We do have 2 laps of fuel on board, so we're going to do 2 runs. Hopefully the McLaren stays nicely out of the way. It has, so thank you Piastri for that. Into 1, through 2. Oh, flying very nicely through 3. 4. How's the lap time looking? I'd say it's looking so far good. Purple first sector, so yeah, that is good. Then that means we're quickest in the first sector. So far very calm. The lap's been. No dramas. A bit deep there or a bit wide. A bit of understeer kicking in. That's okay. Doesn't necessarily mean slowing me down. We take a very calm line. So far this calm approach working, I'd say. Green though in the middle. So purple in first, green in the middle. What that meaning for our lap overall. We had a lot more fuel than that on board. Really wrong. Anyway, well, we are going to go for it again. And here, final corner. We're just backing a little bit out there, just so we can build a bit of a gap to the car in front. And that's provisionally P10. So this lap we're going to go for it again, with the hot lap now mode in full deployment. That should give us an extra boost, certainly. Whether it gives us a boost in the first sector though, I'm not sure. But it should give us, in theory, just an extra boost in certain areas. So, only green for first sector. Track's looking a little bit drier, to be fair. I think the rain's lightened down, so I think we're going to be doing our final run on the intermediate, to be fair. So, is this going to be enough to go onto a provisional pole? Hopefully. It might.
Okay,
the
we've only got 1 lap of
well
fuel
faster now. You can see that just in the fact Kirk's gone into 129s. So Klerk's gone effectively second and a half quicker. We're only improving by a second here.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
About a second and a half. So it's only a 130 on that second run, which isn't that great, a 130.6. So that's only good enough for P8 at the moment. So we do need to find something in our intermediate run maybe. So that's then, anyway, first run's done. Did that double warm-up effectively, which I think worked okay. But we'll now go back in, get on a set of the intermediate tyre, because it is certainly starting to look a little bit less wet and a little bit more dry, which is only good. Don't think Oscar's going to be on a hot lap, but get out of the way anyway. So, yeah.
Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now.
Then to the pits we come for what will be now change of tyres. We're going probably onto the inters now to see what we can do on that compound.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Intermediate tyres are your best bet in the current conditions.
So, yeah, intermediate tyres are now being told to be the better tyre in these conditions. So we're going to wait, obviously, until basically the last minute of qualifying, and then we're going to go out. Let's just have a look, make sure it definitely is the right call going out on these inters, and we're not making the wrong call. Should we go on to a different tyre?
Everyone ready?
The thing
Okay,
about this track, how can I put it, about qualifying, you know, sometimes it does get drier a lot quicker, and then you can maybe risk it with the soft or, you know, a dry tyre and, you know, in the end get lucky, I suppose. Anyway, tyring's already in a much better starting place. So that's the thing, the full wet, I believe, comes out the blanket at basically freezing cold temperature. There's no preheat in that tyre anymore, whereas the inters can be preheated to a certain temperature now. That I can't remember when that rule was introduced, if it was this year or a year ago or a few years ago, but yeah, that was introduced rather later, or lately, I think. But yeah, that certainly could have had a bit of an impact
P13,
on, let's just
P13.
say, how we performed in that first run. I'm not sure, because how can I put it? First run, we didn't really go for it properly. We didn't attack for that in that first actual run. We sort of let the tyre work its way up to heat, and just didn't want to attack it too much there. Anyway, now the lap is, well, now you can already see the dry line, which is very nice to see, and you know, a lot more realistic actually, because in real Formula One it would be like that. So you would actually start to see a dry line exactly like what we're seeing right now on the track, and that's exactly what you'd see in real Formula One if you were going from wet to dry, or dry to wet, or whatever. Right, here we go then. On with the lap then, here in qualifying. No DRS, because obviously it is wet right now on the circuit, so there will be no DRS active for this lap. A little bit deep through one, but through two, very nice. So we're going to have to shave about 5 seconds off this lap time in terms of to get pole position. Right now we're improving by about 2 seconds to the good. Exactly, we need to shave about 5.5 seconds to be precise. A little bit deep there, a lot deep into the gravel. How much is that going to affect me? No idea. That could be our qualifying literally ruined. I definitely don't think we're in the hunt for pole anymore. We just
push
get
down to P22.
4 seconds off this now lap time, that'd be good. Getting another wheel into the gravel and across the line to 26.5. 18th. Oh my days. That is not good. Yeah.
With qualifying
really
wrapped
not
up
good.
now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
I don't know what to say. I'm happy I'm not last. Let's just put it like that. I am happy I am not last in that qualifying, because, yeah, we certainly could have been last. Probably would have deserved to have been last with a lap like that. But we're not last. And, you know, in the end, we come out of it in a fairly decent P18. It's going to be a long race, I suppose. 32 laps, one of the longer races, I suppose, of the entire calendar season. But we've got a lot of work to make up if we even want to be in the top 5 or on the podium. Yeah.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters wearing red today, and they've all turned out for what we're expecting will be a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track at Imola featuring... And alongside me today,
So,
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
one-stop race it's suggesting. That's fine.
This is not...
We're just going to have to go for it. Look, I know I've got good pace. That's the one thing. I know I've got decent pace. Just got to go for it and see what we can do, what we can conjure up, basically. I think that's the only thing I can do from P18. So, yeah, it'd be very important to score a few points at least in this race because, you know, how can I put it? Considering we didn't score any in Miami, it's going to be at least vital to score some hopefully today in at least this race and get just even. I'm going to aim for top 7. If I can get 7th or something, so 6 points, I'd be very happy with that. Anything more than 7th, I'd be extremely delighted. I don't think we're retaining our championship lead, but if we can just mitigate and basically limit the damage, that'd be the ideal outcome before heading into Monaco for round number 8 of the season. And then hopefully, who knows? Monaco's always a bit of a lottery, to be fair. Maybe we've got a good car, good enough to win the Monaco GP, I don't know. But yeah, looking like a good chance for Piastri, for Norris. Maybe close once again the gap. Right now, the only good news is Verstappen, Norris, either way, cannot overtake me in the championship. The only driver who can is Oscar Piastri. So Oscar Piastri is our only credible threat to overtaking us in the Drivers' Championship. Here we go then. 5 red lights are on. It's lights out now, and away we go. Get a good start from that position. Is it good enough to pick up a position? No, looks like Doohan actually did a little bit of a better start in the second phase then, as we rammed into the back of, what's his name? And we'll just flash back and go again. There we go. So, yeah, second phase, either way. Yeah, I was so cautious there. That's why. Winning, because you can usually brake so much later, as we saw Verstappen in real life do a few weeks ago. Broke so much later. Hazard sideways there, as Oliver Behrman trying to go down our inside. A little bit of wheel spin on the exit, up the hill, but around the outside then, there. And held the position, so 18th we still are. Haven't really gained anything, which is going to be so vital to try and pick these cars off one by one. Right.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Trying to get a good exit here against Hazard. It is difficult to get a good exit, especially when the car in front isn't considerably slower, which right now no one is at the moment. And everyone's in a bit of a train, so in front showing decent pace. We're gonna have to try and get inventive, otherwise it's turning into a bit of a race like we had the last time, where basically not going to be able to do anything. Right, can we go around the outside here? A little bit of contact, but I'm going to just try and go for it. Not give Hajai any room. There we go. Up into then 17th. Well, Hajai's going to come back. So, next objective is keep it in 17th. Hajai's half a second behind, so he's going to be quite the threat. He's got the DRS. We haven't got DRS, so it's all going to be just down to who's got the better drag. He's going to be about 20k faster in a straight line, but in the end, 20k or not fast enough. And next up is Jack Doohan in the Alpine. Again, one by one, kind of got to take everyone here. That's got to be the game plan. Well, Taz doing. Taz okay. Not great, but they're holding on. So, Liam Lawson, right now, he's holding up Jack Doohan, I believe, a little bit. So, maybe there is a chance. I'm not sure if Lawson's got DRS or not. He has got a bit of DRS, but are we going to be able to capitalise in the end? All three of us with DRS. So, neither three of us able to make a difference. We're just going to try and capitalise off one of them. In the end, that was very close to contact, but in the end, we're up now into 16th.
Nice work, mate.
That feel it a little bit. So 16th place in this race so far. Next up is Doohan. Ultimately, he's quick, but is he quicker? I don't think so. So this could be a very important move here on Doohan down the main straight. He isn't in the DRS of anyone, which is at the moment good. Don't think he's going to get DRS on anyone this lap, which again is another good thing to happen here. Because if he doesn't get DRS, then we will automatically probably overtake him. Gets a fair exit, we get a slightly hindered exit, but nonetheless DRS, this should be a fairly straightforward and easy overtake. And sure enough, it is. So there you go. Next up now is Gabriel Bortoletto for 15th. So about setting off down the road after the young Brazilian and trying to get him
ahead,
next.
1.7 seconds.
It's also about making sure Jack Doohan doesn't come back at us as well whilst we're at it. So that's probably the big risk here. He's still inside my DRS, so we will get that extra straight line speed advantage if we don't get the DRS. But I think that time anyway we get the exit. 7/10 I think would be too much. I think you need to be about, or it needs to be at least half a second as we just go skating off the road there. Focusing too much on the, what you call it, the timing screen, rather than what you call it. But yeah, 7/10, so we just get a good exit off the final corner, we'll be fine. Such as that. There you go, 1 second. So even if Doohan now has DRS, it doesn't really matter because he just can't really respond, as you'll see. Even if he closes up for that 6/7, that would be the max. But you need to be within about 3/10, 2/10 to make a move. So, got 4 laps to get up into position 12 here. I think that's quite difficult, really, that one. That challenge insert. As usual, these challenges or objectives don't feel very realistic. So, you want me to achieve 4 positions. That's a position a lap. Right now, yeah, maybe it's realistic, I have no idea, but it feels a bit unrealistic. thing is, with Bortoletto being where he is,
Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap
quite
starting to
a
form.
difficult one to overtake. So is Nico Hulkenberg. Moving on his strategy. I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to try and save a bit with the ERS, try and just hang on a little bit here, and absolutely drain our battery down the main straight. I think that's the only thing I can really do. If that works, it works. If it don't. We will see. Warning of the race, got to be careful of those. Only allowed 3 of those in a race. Right, now we've got to deploy. Hulkenberg been kind of
Tyre
left.
weight's higher than we're expecting. We've got a new strategy available on your MFD if you want it. Just
What the hell happened there? Anyway, we're not gonna end the race
tyres are
just like
degrading
that. We'll
fast.
just
You can
use
change
the lap
strategy
back.
if you want. Check your MFD for details.
Hulkenberg originally defended the inside, as you can see, but then, you know, moved slightly to the inside. Sorry, to the outside. So I was going to go outside and wasn't expecting Hulkenberg to move like that, but anyway, it is what it is. I want to pit lap 8, 2 stops.
Confirmed.
One stop today. We crash one more time. I think it's only fair. We don't use any more flashbacks now. So, yeah, otherwise, effectively, we're kind of cheating, I would say. So, I think I'm going to say I've used all my flashbacks in this race.
Gap to the car in front.
Let's just put it like that.
2.7 seconds.
And that's down to me to try and make it work, or to try and do something here for the rest of the race.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, forget the targets for now. We've got to focus on the pit stop.
So I'm going to go for the 2-stop. Reason being, I just think it's going to work. At least to get some strong points.
Okay, mate, that's it.
Yeah.
Go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're
But
happy
what I
with that
need
one.
to do now is floor it. Absolutely floor this next stint. So we're going to stop lap 20, I think. That's going to be when I'm going to come in again. Lap 20 is going to be my next
All
stop.
right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One
And
stop
that's
left
going
in
to
this
be
strategy.
the strategy here. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm just going to try and floor it now to get into the top 10. I think we can undercut Hamilton and drivers like that. I think that's my personal instinct or gut belief. Okay, we're down in 19th at the moment, but I'm pretty confident
and get the most out of it.
we
Come on.
can undercut. And then I'm pretty confident we have good pace till lap 20. We can do, or lap 19, and make that work. See if I'm right or wrong. Obviously, those on a one stop won't be coming in for another 3, 4, 5 laps. So those on 2 stops, I imagine, are probably already pitting.
Tyre condition still looking
yeah,
good.
I wouldn't expect some of these hard runners, even though in theory they probably could make it to the end of the race, but I won't expect them to. Kind of expecting these drivers on the hard tyre that are pitting now probably be a long way off me. So already, Hulkenberg was one of the drivers we were fighting prior to the pit stop. He was about 2 seconds behind. Now he's already 7 seconds behind. So you can kind of grasp the idea of actually how much that's worked. Now, if we're undercutting by 4 or 5 laps, those that were 3 seconds ahead, if we're that much quicker, 4 seconds a lap, or 3 seconds a lap even, they're going to not really stand much chance actually here. They're going to come out quite far behind, I'm going to say. They're going to come out at least, I think, 10 seconds behind me. You will see what the gap is. At 19.5, that's our current pace.
Okay, George. Okay, Bortoletto just ahead. Let's push. They're holding us up now, so let's please try and get past as soon as possible and get on with our race. Push, push.
Holding me up. Yeah, they're only in P15. I don't think so. Especially when they're 1.6 seconds up the road. Potential they hold me up this lap though. Considering that we are practically
Good pace. You're catching the car in front by about a second a lap.
now in the dirty air. We are quicker than Gabriel Bortoletto here. That's for sure. No doubt about that. But if we can get past in a decent place, it won't hold me up for long. Going to be important this lap just to get past Bortoletto now. You see he is holding me up now. well and truly. Gap's gone up just a sign. 6.7. Not going to be easy though. We are going to have better straight line pace. Bortoletto defends
Nice
the
work, he
inside,
smashed it.
and
Really
we
good job
go
on hitting
around
that
the
target,
outside
mate.
into turn 1. Nice. So, we're up into, oh Jesus, we're up into, not all Jesus, we're up into 15th. 9.8 is the gap ahead, Sonny Hayes. I'm not sure if they've pitted or not. We're gonna see. If we're quicker, then probably they have. If sorry, haven't. If we're not, then probably they haven't. And it depends how much quicker we are as well. I think it's Pierce we was fighting, if my memory serves well. So that's hanging on well though to the back of my car, which is a bit alarming because that I don't want. If that makes sense. Don't want Bortoletto to come back through. Right, there's Joshua Pierce. He was the driver that we were definitely fighting.
Seeing a lot of tyre deg now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it.
Right, there's Leclerc. I don't think we were fighting Leclerc. Bortoletto just trying to hang it with him around the outside. Have we got the job done? Yes. Still hold on, but yeah, that's how much time we've made up. We're at the back of Leclerc, Piastri. Definitely weren't.
So hard tyres. Car ahead 2.1 seconds.
My goodness. What's going on there? Like, yeah, definitely weren't battling Leclerc before the pit stop. Even though we're not battling Leclerc really, we're just, how can I put it, closer to Leclerc and Piastri. So that would say we're close to the lead group, in my opinion.
Andrea's in the pits. Andrea is in the pits.
Again, Bortoletto really hanging on well. Trouble that's causing, for me, it's causing me an unnecessary headache.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes for rain. Okay, that's interesting. You know, if it's 10 to 15 minutes, I'm just wondering how many laps is that? That's lap 25, isn't it?
ERS is low, ERS is low. Consider changing
get
mode on your
these
MFD,
tyres to lap
or lift a little
25.
gentle braking into corners to recharge it.
And try to, in fact, gain as much as we can. Got a new strategy here. It's going to be a bit of a dirty one. It's going to be one banking on rain. If rain don't come, we're going to screw ourselves. Let's put it like that. If rain does come, great. No, Alonso! I left Alonso space. Come on. I'm sure I left Alonso space. Yeah, I left Alonso. Well, I am coming across on Alonso, but it's front wheel, and Alonso just rear ends me. Ah.
It's higher than we're expecting. We've got a new strategy
naturally,
available on your MFD if you want it.
That's what you kind of want to do, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Just try. Keep it there. Just having to go for it in the braking zone. keep the wheel on the inside. Use that Verstappen tactic. That's going to be the order of the day. And then my next trick is just go as slow as possible through here. So I'm going to try and lap into the 125s. Reason being, then that slows them right down. Slows everyone right down. But yeah, that's the only issue, is about not getting overtaken into certain parts. But other than that, that's the only issue on this trick. Is not getting overtaken. Other than that, I think we make this work. As I say, 125s is roughly where I want to be. And yeah, it's a little bit of a dirty trick, I suppose. That's perfect then. So long we do that every single lap, I just don't see a way for the AI to overtake. And so long we defend correctly in other parts of the track, it's going to be good. Yeah, I will just have to consistently sit behind and that'll be it. Effectively, we're making the AI's life a bit more difficult. Hopefully that rain comes just the right time. Then we can hopefully get down the road. Again, just trying to go ever so slightly slow through this area.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 0.7 seconds.
It's Tsunoda, but Tsunoda not close enough. And again, using that Max Verstappen defense. First to the inside. I don't know.
Grip is probably dropping due to
Doing
wear.
me a
Don't
little
be
bit
too
here.
aggressive.
Just
Box,
really
box,
doing
box.
me. Yikes. Big trick. Just let Tsunoda go there. And then I'm going to try and use, what do you call it? There's Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, I'm going to try and use the DRS to get back at Tsunoda here. Is this working? Oh yes. So much faster. There we go.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Again, good thing is, for Tsunoda, he's having really to compromise here. Almost 2 seconds off in sector 1, which is good. I know that seems a bit bad, but no, that is good. Come on, Tsunoda, stop doing that to me. Getting this all kind
Okay,
of...
nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 0.7 seconds.
There we go. What? We saw this tactic in Monaco, didn't we? Effectively, maybe not to this sort of effect, but similar, I suppose.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Okay, so if there is going to be rain, it's going to be 10 minutes away. So I need to go even slower. How do I go even slower than what I'm going right now? Basically, I'm going to have to go that slow through the chicanes. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to have to... Right. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go that slow through every
Got a lot of spare
single part
energy.
I can.
Okay to use your overtake button.
Basically here, slow right down. There you go. Come on, come on. Are we coming off the track? Yes, we have a little bit. That's kind of caused Antonelli
Okay,
a problem,
the
but
underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon.
yeah. Feel a bit like I've killed
Okay,
Antonelli. Just desperate for 6 points, this is. Gonna have to try and go even slower though than what I'm going now. Right now it's really not slow enough with 10 minutes until rain. Be lapping 130s, dare I say. The car very quick in a straight line, just not very quick
Okay, Andrea's
anywhere
coming in
else.
for his stop now.
Chicane. Here I'm just going to have to really put on the anchors.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 25.2 seconds.
Having to really put on the anchors here. Basically, this is the most... Would this even be legal? I think it would in real Formula 1. The most illegal legal driving.
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful.
Now that's got to be a legal overtake now. How bad is the car? Not that bad. Yeah, so no, the 10-second time penalty.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 27.0 seconds. green flag. Okay, mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options.